Islanders win the draw. Day walks it to the middle. Day, the shot against the grain, he scores. Sean Day was acting like he was going to skate further in the O-zone, and in one motion he quickly pulled it into a shooting angle, and it caught Romanov just the tiniest bit by surprise, and Sean Day has made this a 3-1 Islander lead at 3:57 of the third, only the second goal of the year for Sean Day. T-Birds have had trouble in the face-off dot, and this time they pay the price for it. And again, Bushinger was out there shadowing Day, thinking that he was going to try to drive the net, and again, Day in just one quick motion pulled it back behind his body and fired it on the forehand side, and it eludes Romanov on the stick side. And the task just got more difficult for the T-Birds as it's now a 2-goal Islander lead. The T-Birds in some way have to feel like prisoners in their own building. Puck loose in front again. Thiesing after it for the Islanders, who are looking to put the finishing touches on this one now. Fires one wide. Johannesson down in the right corner with it now. Johannesson knocked down to the ice. A penalty comes from this. So Johannesson, who has the only T-Bird goal in the game, has now drawn the T-Birds' third power play of the night. With 8:46 remaining in the third, they gotta have it feel to this upcoming power play, which will come after the break. Islanders 3 and the T-Birds 1 with 8 3/4 minutes remaining in this one. T-Birds and Islanders brought to you by MGM Springfield. Knocks Asuyev off the puck, and Beckman jabs it to center. Now Gaudette from center ice. For Asuyev, right back to Gaudette toward the slot. He fires, he scores! Marc-Andre Gaudette, who twice I have claimed has his first AHL goal, only to see it get taken off the board. This one I'm totally certain will count. A power play marker for Gaudette. And it's a 1-goal game with 6:57 remaining. As Hugh McGinn goes to retrieve the puck. More importantly, Marc-Andre Gaudette giving his team a shot in the arm with a wrister beautifully placed over the blocker of Tikkanen. And it's back to a 1-goal game with still just under 7 minutes remaining. Boy, what a role reversal from last night, where the T-Birds special teams could not have been much worse. Today, their special teams what are keeping them in the game. Now 2 for 3 on the Mass Lottery power play. Giving the T-Birds a shot in the arm and a jolt of life to this crowd. Home ice, for some reason, has not been good to the T-Birds this year. They try to change that here in the third. Day will fire in from center right, chips it in. Romanov still looking at the bench, and he's halfway there. He's on his way to the bench. T-Birds hold the line. Wagner, though, turns it over. McWard with the empty net in front of him. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Wagner knocks it down. Wagner in the corner, Dubé. Dylan Dubé pressed off the puck, but Dubé will get it to the point. Lindstein with 1:10 to go. Bluff from the right wing side, steps in. Matt Love waits, Matt Love centers, they score! Dylan Dubé's first as a T-Bird has tied it! Love keeping things simple, just waiting for the traffic to line up at the blue paint, and Dubé gets a stick on it. And this game's tied with 65 seconds left. They're gonna take a look at it. It must have gone off Dubé's skate, so they're just gonna make sure that this was not kicked in. Sure looked like Dubé was just in a stationary position, and as long as it just went off his skate and he didn't make a kick at it, this goal will count. And the goal stands as called. And wouldn't you know it, the turnabout really is fair play. Dylan Dubé's first as a T-Bird from Lupp and Lindstein at 18:55. And the T-Birds, for the second time in 3 games with their goaltender pulled, have equalized. Hasn't been pretty, but what a fight back from these Birds. Dubé ridden heavily into the wall by McWard. Skinner holds the line. Rosen, a wrist shot blocked down. Tell you what, this T-Birds team, they don't do many things the easy way, and tonight is no exception. Down 3-1 past the midpoint of the third. I said they needed a drawn penalty or something to give themselves life. They got that. They scored on the ensuing power play. Marc-Andre Cadet at 13:03. I mentioned that the last time these teams played in this building, it was the Islanders who scored a late goal with a goaltender pulled to force overtime and eventually win. T-Birds have now returned serve on that part of things. But the one challenge the T-Birds have yet to overcome is their overtime curse. And throughout the Blues T-Birds organization, St. Louis and Springfield, they combined 0 for 14 in games that go past regulation. The T-Birds 0-4 in 3-on-3, 0-2 in the shootout. Both of their shootout losses have been to these Islanders. So you know the T-Birds want no part of getting to the skills competition. Highmore, Foudy, and McWard for the Islanders. McGing, Luff, and Rosen for Springfield. What a comeback this would be if the T-Birds can figure out a way. Boy, what a huge point this was in the standings, no matter what results from this. Islanders give the puck up here, and Rosen takes that gift in center. And now Hugh McGing in the control. McGing through center. Stops at the red line, didn't like what he saw, so he twists back to his own zone. Patience, the operative word in 3-on-3 overtime. Possession, absolutely paramount. Rosen shadowed by Foudy. Luff stationary in front of the Islander bench. Cuts to the inside, gets a little mini screen and revs it up the left wing. Luff turns the corner, cuts in on net and scores! Matt Luff, coast to coast! And the T-Birds solve their overtime demons and win it 4-3! A 3-point night for Luff! And an improbable come from behind win to earn the split. $150 for Luff Pups, and what a statement third period comeback from the Birds. We'll wrap it when we return. T-Birds hockey brought to you by MGM Springfield.
T-Birds goal scored by number 39, Matt Luff. Assisted by number 43, Callie Rosen, and number 11, Hugh McGing. Time of the goal, 43 seconds. That's Luff, his 9th of the season, from Rosen and McGing at 43 seconds of overtime.